interesting little tour we had to do. We wanted to go a lot longer than we did, but some people they had little bits of people to go see in Carousel and everything, and that was good times. So for the summer tour, though, it was just a bunch of dumpster diving and sleeping in parks and parking lots.
I thought it was pretty nice getting out of Muncie. It just felt like we were the real deal instead of just some local band. You go to New York, you go to New Jersey, you go out on tour and meet people, and they have really good response to your music.
Since we've been playing so many shows, it got a little tiresome, but I think on the tour, I didn't really mind because we were playing to new people every night. It kind of revitalized it for me. Like, I don't know, playing the same songs to the same people for so many months seems a little ridiculous, but since, you know, it was all new people, I didn't care because I felt like, you know, we were getting our message across, we were getting our music out to people in places we've never been.
We're in the acoustic room.
Of what?
Of CBGB's.
Yeah.
At the gallery, the art gallery. And we're gonna
tear it up.
We went into New York after driving, 15 hours, did our show, and got the hell out of New York, so we didn't want to be there too long.
We had such high expectations in it. I mean, it was like, it is definitely that. It is the landmark. It's the milestone of anything that has to do with American punk rock ever. You go there and it's not that great. They can't hook you up with food or even gas money. It's pretty low, I think. They take all the money and they keep it as profit. They don't share the wealth with the bands that play there.
When we went on tour, I just had a completely different idea of what we were supposed to do. Like, we play all these shows and it just felt like nobody cared at all. And we got on with really bad bills and stuff with bands that we didn't really sound that much alike and bands that really didn't care. And a lot of times people didn't even show up. And we didn't get paid for any of the shows either.
We became very aware of what was going on in other places. We probably weren't playing in I suppose the hippest places, but we would go play these shows and all the bands would sound alike. That was kind of rough.
The bands we played with were terrible. It's a lot of New Jersey hardcore influence out there.
The bands that we played with sucked, and nobody really listened to us, and we slept outside, and we ate out of dumpsters.
That's really where learning about what a DIY tour was all about.
Yo, what day is it?
11th? Yeah, the 12th, I think. 12th of August, we're in New Jersey.
No idea.
Tuesday? Here, I'll
Tuesday.
check my wallet, I have a calendar. Tuesday the 12th.
On our way to Hamilton Street?
Yeah.
Word.
Ow!
But you didn't get that on shot.
It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it could have gotten, and it was pretty fun. Like, Justin was crazy, and that kept most of us entertained. Whoever was in the second driver's seat, like Duke that one time.
You need to chill the fuck out.
I didn't put it in my ass. You made that up.
I didn't make that up, because you just stuck it in your ass and you stuck it in my ear.
It's pretty nice. It's just like a bunch of siblings riding together. We're always goofing off and everything, and lack of food and lack of sleep.
Sometimes it was just goofy and it was a lot of fun. Occasionally it was super tense, mostly because Ryan was just feeling really anxious about the whole thing.
The tour that we had this summer was probably the most stressful experience in my entire life. I really wasn't necessarily ready to sleep in the van every night and not shower and do all that stuff.
Ryan would have a sort of target, and usually that would be Eric, or even Doug sometimes, or myself, that I think the stress for him was building to a point that it would sometimes come out on stage, and he would never really bite his tongue. He'd always kind of yell at someone.
Ryan would like give Eric shit like on stage, which was like kind of shitty, and it was mostly just him like venting his frustrations with the whole like with the whole situation. I think Ryan really likes to be in control of things like involved in his life. He has to know what's going on and what's happening and stuff like that.
It was after Artist Product, he turned to me and he was like, "When are you gonna stop fucking up?" And he like shouted it on stage at me. Pissed me off, and I didn't confront him about it. Like, I talked to the other members of the band about what should I say to him, because that's a shitty way to treat someone on stage when you're performing for a bunch of people.
I felt like I had to know exactly what was going on at every second of the time, and what everybody was doing and where everybody was going, and that we were all going to meet up at a specific time, and that we couldn't separate from each other or something. It was so ridiculous when I think back on it, but at the time I was like, the only way I could feel okay with being in certain, in places where I didn't know where I was at was if I had people around me who I knew at all times.
Most of the stuff that he owned at the time was all of his equipment, and that was all in the back of the van. Not only the rest of the equipment of the members of the band as well, so he was stressed out about that.
When we go to sleep at night, Ryan would get all crazy about his van and not wanting it to get stolen.
It's nice that we're staying in this parking lot because I don't have to be paranoid about someone stealing my van and my entire livelihood.
The van we were using was his mom's.
And here's Justin trying to hitchhike, but nobody's gonna pick us up. Yeah, so I called my dad's friend and we got this shit taken care of. I think the van's all right.
The tension was palpable because of Ryan's posturing. When he's around, everybody feels uneasy because he was like, just, really like, obviously upset.
I don't think they really knew how to approach me because they didn't want me to fucking bitch at them about something. So they were just kind of always, I felt like they were always kind of like walking on eggshells around me, so they didn't do anything that upset me or did something that kind of threw my mood off or something like that.
Yeah, you could definitely tell he felt very stressful on the tour, just by the way he couldn't handle himself.